Green Book. So this is a film based on the real-life journey of a black classic pianist played by Mahershala Ali and a white Italian bouncer played by Viggo Mortensen to go into the Deep South in the 70s for a classical tour. This is a story that is really, really funny, super heartwarming. You will laugh and you will cry at instances as well because it is a film that is just very life-affirming.
They said you're a doctor needed a driver.
First of all, Tony, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a musician. And I'm about to embark on a concert tour, the majority of which will be down south.
Atlantic City.
No, the Deep South. Do you foresee any issues in working for a black man?
So we're talking about this because we recently saw it and also because it received a lot of Golden Globe nominations. And we also want to, off the bat, address some of the controversies around the film and really encourage you to go see it. So the selling point in Green Book, it's based on a true story of Don Shirley, a celebrated Jamaican pianist who goes down into the Deep South for a series of concert piano tours. And this is during Jim Crow era. In the 70s, and he is driven by an Italian kind of bouncer from a New York club, played by Viggo Mortensen, and he does this because he obviously wants to travel through the South with a level of security given that he is a black man. So Viggo Mortensen plays opposite Mahershala Ali, and it's literally two heavyweights, titans sparring against each other. They have wonderful chemistry, and the film is incredibly heartwarming and incredibly funny. It's being nominated in all the categories at the Golden Globes for comedy, and I do think there is a level of obviously confirmation for that because the film is throughout very, very funny. It will make you laugh, but it will also make you cry. I teared up in several moments because it really addresses head-on a lot of issues with identity and racism, and not in a very pedantic way preaching it to us. It really does it through the interaction between these characters. You watch these characters in the beginning who are pretty far apart kind of slowly work towards each other through a lot of experiences. And at the very end, you see the beginning of a friendship, which in real life became a lifelong friendship. So based on the merits of its own writing and directing and music, I think you should go see this film. It's very, very entertaining, and it's a very intelligent film. And it's, a lot of people have said this is kind of an old style Oscar film that they don't make anymore, but they don't make them because I think a lot of people, for a variety of reasons, don't go see it. And I do think it's very entertaining and you should go see it. It's a fantastic film. And something else I want to address is because there's been several different controversies around the film that's kept people from going to watch it in theaters. One of those is, of course, Viggo Mortensen said the N-word inadvertently in a Q&A, and there was this back and forth between him apologizing to Mahershala and Mahershala saying that he was hurt by this, but he understands that it was not intentional, but still that, we should be very aware of the use of words no matter in what context. So in that, that's been addressed, and recently Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala, along with some other actors, including Chadwick Boseman from Black Panther, Richard E. Grant from Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Timothée Chalamet of Beautiful Boy, they did a actors roundtable, and Viggo actually addressed this again by saying that he understands that sometimes he stumbles over his own words, and so he really does apologize sincerely for this, and I think it was literally a slip, and he owned up to it and addressed it. The second controversy that I want to address is a lot of people are saying that, I don't want to see this because they heard from someone that this is a white man, played by Viggo Mortensen, this Italian bouncer, teaching a black man, Don Shirley, played by Mahershala Ali, how to be a black man, which is not true. Yes, there is a clip that is shown, and it is a gag throughout the film that Viggo, Viggo's character who loves fried chicken, tries to get Don Shirley, who doesn't really eat fried chicken, to eat fried chicken. That is not what the film is about at all in terms of a white man teaching a black man how to be black. That is not what the film is like. The film is very respectful in its, kind of peeling back the layers of who we are as human beings. I don't think Don Shirley should just be identified as a black man. He is an extremely educated African-American man, a classic pianist at a time when that is not the prototype of a black man. He is simply an educated human being who wants to do his part to kind of lift up, the stereotype and the racism of the time, and to kind of reduce the film to, it's a white man telling a black man how to be black, is disrespectful to the fundamental kind of issue that this film is trying to address. So I encourage you to go watch the film, and you will see that the film really, really, really respectfully addresses a lot of issues around identity and race. And if anything, one of the quotes from the trailer is very emblematic of what the film tries to say, which is when Mahershala's character tells Viggo, if I'm not black enough and if not white enough, then what the hell am I?
You don't know your own people. You, Mr. Big Shot, doing concerts for rich people.
So if I'm not black enough and if I'm not white enough, then tell me, Tony, what am I?
And I think that resonates so much, not only for that era and for those people, but it resonated with me because I'm an immigrant. Like, I grew up in China for, 11 years of my life, and then I came to the States, and there are moments that I resonate so much with that quote, whereas, sometimes I'm very Asian, sometimes I'm not as. And sometimes I ask myself, what the hell am I? Like, am I supposed to be one thing? Am I supposed to be another? How do I decide to be both? Am I more, Chinese when I'm in one situation? Am I more American when I'm in another situation? And that is something that I struggle with myself. And so I related so much to this film and so much to the characters. And I really, really think it deserves a chance for you to see it and decide for yourself instead of, being kind of inundated with all these other voices from critics, from other people who've seen the film. I really, really encourage you to go see it. And thirdly, there's some criticism from Don Shirley's brother saying how the film did not receive his permission and saying how the film, is inaccurate in some aspects. This actually, Viggo again addressed in the roundtable that when the filmmakers were trying to write and make the film, they actually started this process many, many years ago. And Viggo actually met with the family of the Italian character he plays. In addition to that, he also met with Don Shirley. And Don Shirley actually said, to the stories that were told that made it into the screenplay eventually, that yes, a lot of these things did happen. And Don Shirley just simply said, I will tell you other aspects that also happened, but I don't want you to make the film until I'm dead. So they did receive a certain amount of blessing from Don Shirley of the stories that the screenplay is based on. So this is not something that exists in a vacuum that they just walked and made on their own. So I do want to address that as well because I do think, yes, this film is not 100% accurate. And it is a film, it is not a documentary, and there will be embellishments, there will be things that are done for dramatic effect. But I do think if you watch the film, a lot of the embellishments are done with respect to the characters and respect to the people that these characters are based on. So, I can't say enough. Go watch the film, give it a chance, and I hope that you find something heartwarming and, life-affirming about this film that I did. And, I really hope you give it a chance. So let me know, if you've seen the film and if you have comments or if you're thinking about seeing the film and you have questions about it, I'm happy to address them. I really, really hope you go see it. It deserves kind of your time and your attention. So thank you.